How's it going, Renegades? It's Coach Pat here. Happy New Year. We're going to take a look at Shadi today. This is a little video of her racing during the Renegade Rowing League in December. So she's at her race pace, probably around a 32 to 33. And let's just look at it full speed. Shadi's a newer member of the Renegade Rowing Club, so she's still finding her stroke and just working through some of the drills that we do on a regular basis. Things I like, she is able to keep her chain fairly level and her hands fairly level. She's got nice quick hands out of the release, which allow her to do that and get that handle over the knee before the knee's get in the way. And this is mid-race, so she's using the stroke rating to her advantage, right? She's rowing at a higher stroke rating to maintain her split and just keep fighting. Now, the biggest area that she can improve upon and find more power and more speed and just more efficiency, make it easier to hold the split she wants to hold, is just how she sits on the erg. So you'll notice that she's sort of sitting back on her tailbone, almost like her pelvis is rotated underneath her, and she's just sort of falling back off of her sit bones pretty much the whole time. She's never able to get her body over onto the front of her seat or shift the weight towards the front of her seat. So that's what we're going to ask her to work on. So if we slow it down, let's go quarter speed. If we pick a point in the stroke, which for us is usually half slide, right about here, bring it back a little bit. So at half slide, when the shins are 45 degrees and her seat is halfway up the slide, so halfway between the finish and the catch, we want her body angle to be 1 o'clock. Right now, her body angle is still in that layback at 11 o'clock, and at this point in the stroke, whether she's on the drive or on the recovery, we need her body to be here at 1 o'clock. And we don't simply want to just ask her to lean forward or get her body over. We want to actually change how she's sitting, because how you sit kind of determines what kind of a position you can get in and if you can be in a strong position or not. So what I want to draw attention to is essentially how she's sitting on the seat. If we draw a circle right around her point of contact, notice she's on the back edge of the seat and she's sort of on the back side of her tailbone. A change I'd ask her to make in practice, and what we'll be doing over the next couple of weeks, is just sitting either at half slide or with the legs down here, and practicing sitting up just into a tall position and transferring the weight from the back of the seat to the front of the seat. So a good drill for her is going to be just to sit here in this position, get her torso stacked straight up and down over her hips, kind of like that, and then I want her to feel the weight shift from the back of the seat to the front of the seat, so she actually feels contact on her high hamstrings, which are sort of where the hamstring comes into the base of the glute, or the base of your butt cheek. She wants to just be able to sit tall, feel her balance over her sit bones, and essentially shift the weight to the front of her seat and find contact with her high hamstrings there, simply with her legs down, sitting as tall as possible. And then if she's able to get into that position, as she comes forward back to this half slide position where we're at before, she should be able to be at this 1 o'clock angle that we drew before and be in a much stronger position. If she can find a way to make that happen at lower stroke ratings and just on the paddle, and then start to develop some power and speed in some of our pieces and some of our pressure work, then she'll be able to take it up to race pace, and using that stroke rating she's at now, she'll be able to get the job done and make it a lot easier, get a lot more power out of it, and be a lot more efficient. So let's just watch one more time at, let's watch again at quarter speed. So biggest thing for her is just at this point to get the body over more and do it with a strong posture. So she's over her sit bones and she's feeling contact through her high hamstrings before she lets the seat move. So right about here, she needs to shift the weight to the front of the seat and get her body into a stronger position before she gets to the catch, and ideally prepared by half slide. And it's pretty interesting here. You can even see how she sort of falls off of her sit bones through the end of the drive. So right here she comes in, she takes the catch, she applies power, she pushes with her legs, applies with her body, and then right towards the end of the stroke as she finishes, you'll see the seat sort of slide forward towards the catch. I'm going to bring it back. So here's her drive, she's taking the stroke, her knees are down, and then right as she draws the handle in, she lets her hips sort of tuck under, and she sort of falls backwards. And the problem with that is after she does that, she kind of just stays back on those sit bones, and she never really gets back over her hips before letting the seat move, which puts her in a compromised position. Her low back is sort of in a flexed position and rounded, and she's not able to get into that nice forward body angle, good posture, and be ready to get all of the power she can out of the next catch. So one more time, full speed. Biggest thing we're going to work on with Shadi is just sitting properly on the erg, getting her weight over her sit bones, getting contact through her high hamstrings as she comes to bodies over, and getting that forward body angle at about 1 o'clock by the time she gets to half slide. So hopefully we'll have another good video up for you guys next week, and have a great week training, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.